Welcome everyone to Science and Engineering World, where we take the principles of mathematics and science to think engineering, act engineering, and practice engineering. Let us imagine what our world will look like without some of these things. Road transportation system with cars and other vehicles, air transportation system with planes, cargo and cruise ships with heavy loads and passengers on the sea, cranes that carried a lot of heavy weights like concrete buckets even to skyscrapers, agricultural equipment that help farmers to do the production on farm, other equipments in industries that help in mass production. All of these are running on some power. We can see that the vehicles on the road, they run on tires and braking systems. The plane have engines and wings that give them lifts to go into the sky. The vessels on the water have a principle to be able to float. The cranes that is able to carry heavy equipment to skyscrapers or have some power systems behind them. And this power system is what this channel is all about. You want to look at what gives them the power for them to function effectively in their various capacities. Almost all the transportation systems on land, in the sky, on sea, construction, industrial, agricultural equipment, and many more that we have not mentioned, use in some ways or the other fluids. Science and Engineering World hereby presents Introduction to Fluid Mechanics. My name is Olutola Fakehinde. In order to fully understand and appreciate the mechanisms of fluid, it will be very good to understand what a fluid is on its own. What is a fluid? Meanwhile, I will encourage everyone to please subscribe to this channel. There's a little red button below. Please press it and make this channel to grow, and I appreciate you as you do so. So, what is a fluid? Like other substances, a fluid has many characteristics, and we shall be looking at just two of them here. Number one that I want us to look at is that a fluid does not have a definite shape of its own. It doesn't have a definite shape. It takes the shape of the container that it occupies. Number two is that a little shear force on a fluid can make it to start to deform. And that deformation can continue until that shear force is removed from it. With those two characteristics above, that it doesn't have a shape of its own, and at the same time it doesn't withstand shear force, we can now define a fluid in about three different ways. Number one is that a fluid is a substance which is capable of flowing. A fluid is a substance which is capable of flowing. So note this word flowing here. And then the second one is almost similar to this. The second one says A fluid is a substance which can flow bodily, that is together. It can flow bodily with little shear stress, So this is also important. You remember from the characteristics, it cannot withstand shear force. So a fluid is a substance that can flow bodily with little shear stress. And the third one says that a fluid is a substance which deforms continuously with little shear stress. Or a fluid is a substance which deforms continuously when subject to an external force. That is, the deformation will continue to go as long as the shear force is on this substance. A question we want to ask here is, matter exists in how many states? In decades past, it has always been known that matter exists in 3 states. But with so many studies and research going on, different materials have been discovered, and so it is now believed that matter exists in more than 3 states. Some says 4 states, some 7 states, and some 22 states, and so on. However, in this introduction to fluid mechanics, we stick to the known 3 states, and then we expand on that as we go on. And what are these 3 states? Number 1, a demonstration taking place there, but looking at how this material will perform under some forces. Number 2, you can see a flow taking place there in the pipe, or from the pipe. And if we look at it, you see that it was like a pipe form before, but now in shower form. Again, it's turned to pipe form, and when hand is put on it, you can see that this material is distorting rapidly. Then the third one, here we can see a substance coming out of the outlet to the wall, and we see that as it's coming out, a little wind or some winds blowing over it is making it to flow in different directions. And that is to say that it's being deformed. It's being deformed continuously. So it is another way. So, like I said in those definitions, the flow, deformation, shear force are some of the key words that we need to look at when defining a substance. Number 1, we look at this, which is a solid. That's a pipe. It's a metallic pipe, and so we need considerable amount of force to be able to change its shape or to make it to deform. Number 2 is a liquid flowing through the pipe. So we have seen that the liquid change from pipe form to shower form, and then when hand was put on it, it started to just distort easily. And number 3 is the gas. So this gas was coming out of that outlet, and wind blowing over it was making it to deform in different directions. With the above definition and demonstrations, we can now say that a fluid is liquid or a gas, or any matter that cannot withstand shear force. Shear force is also tangential force. So any matter that cannot withstand shear force and also that can flow or distort easily and continuously is a fluid, which is either liquid or gas. Alright, and this is to say that a fluid does not have shear modulus. We'll be talking about shear modulus as we go on. Now the key words, like I said, that we need to take away is that we have flow or deformation, we have shear force, which is little shear force can deform the fluid, and then it does not have its own definite shape. So these are some of the things we look for when we are talking about fluid. Before we round up, let us look at one thing more, and that is fluid classification. With the definitions and demonstrations above, we have seen that a solid cannot change its shape easily. It needs a considerable amount of effort to change its shape. Okay, but liquid and a gas, we have seen that they change shape easily, they deform readily, and they deform continuously. In this case, we see that a fluid is either liquid or a gas. However, if you put a liquid inside a container and you put a pressure on it, you need a considerable amount of pressure for the volume of the liquid to change. But if you do that for gas, we see that the volume of the gas will start changing very rapidly. So in that case, we can say that there are some fluids that are almost incompressible and there are some that are compressible. This I will demonstrate further as we go on. So let's start our classification here. We now have incompressible fluid and compressible fluid. Under incompressible fluid, we have seen that liquid falls there, and for compressible fluid, gas fall there. So we see the next stage is liquid for incompressible and gases for compressible fluid. We just want to do a simple classification here, and the last step we want to look at are what are liquids, what are gases. We've seen in the first place that a liquid is water, or water is liquid, and also oil, different forms of oils, engine oil, cooking oil, and all that are also part of liquids. Again, for the gas, we've seen air is a very good example of compressible fluid. And then we have different types of gases: nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and so on and so forth. I believe by now that we should be able to identify and define a fluid. If you find this video very useful, give it a thumb up, share with others so that they can enjoy the same benefits what you have been enjoying. Make comments so that if you need anything or you have questions to ask, put them in the link below. And then I will appreciate very much if everyone subscribe to this channel. This will make us to be able to do more videos and also for the videos to fly and go to the other part of the world. And again, think, act, and practice engineering. Until the next time we meet, keep studying.